live here. I'm trying to get live on Twitch, but we here doing our thing. We're soldering live, getting in it. I'm in the lab. I'm gonna go ahead and get this port straight. I have to finish the last pins right here on the back of the HDMI port and get it seated. Push on it. It's good. You can see we can push on it so it's fixed and firm. Right? It's not sitting all the way down. It's a little up right there. So I'm gonna have to heat it up and have a little bit more work that I need to do right there. So let's go ahead and knock that out. I hope y'all bracket isn't broken yet. Right? This isn't sitting like I want it to sit. A little disappointed in that. So I might have to turn this upside down, put a little bit of solder on the bottom, and see if I can get that properly seated, and push that down on that side without breaking it too, right? And we're gonna be working in here. I'm gonna have to move my mic a little bit, and I'm gonna turn the TV down just a tad bit too. You don't need that right now. Right? Drop a W in the chat while you're in here. Drop a W in the chat. If you just got in here, we're about to do a little bit of soldering. Right? I'm going to get that thing nice and level like I want it so that we can have a good quality connection right here. There you go. It's not properly seated, so we're going to close that gap and get it to touch that board, all right? We're gonna get the touch. We're gonna get it going. We have to hook this up right here. And my soldering iron. So put this in. It's time to go to work, fellas. Time to go to work. I hope you guys are having a great day. You had an opportunity to enjoy this weather. If you haven't yet, definitely get out there. It'll be well worth it. I got the TV going right there in the studio. I showed you guys the TV setup, the studio setup last night. This is what we got going right here. Let me know what y'all think about the artwork. Is it a yes? Is it a keeper? Is it a keeper or a stinker? Y'all let me know. Shout out to my cousin for keeping me in his thoughts. Thinking about me and feeling like I could benefit from that. I appreciate that. I also have some flux I'm going to have to use to actually get it on there. So we're going to get that straight. I'm going to go ahead and put some solder down. And we're just going to get it going, guys. I'm going to heat the board up a little bit. It's going to be the last time I'll be able to use my hands. You always want to have something like this with you, some nice tweezers or tools where you can work in and around the high heat. We're just going to press down on it. I don't want this thing to just go blow on me. I don't want it to blow in the wind. And actually, I'm going to start from the bottom so I can try to apply some pressure here. So let me know if you guys have ever soldered before. Tips and tricks are always welcome. If you're curious, I just want to be able to get that solder on the bottom there nice and soft enough so that I can go ahead and press this down evenly. I want this to be nice and even. So that when people are pushing in, or my boys are pushing in the HDMI cable, it doesn't move, it doesn't get damaged from that. That's what we're trying to do here. And they have that high heat. Microsoft made sure that it was a high heat solder situation. There we go. It's moving. I need that side to move down. There we go. That broke loose. That's not quite what I wanted to happen, but it's part of the game. I'm gonna put some soft solder in there. I call it soft solder, but low heat solder in there so I can get some movement on that side. I think that might be what the issue is. I didn't get in there with it. I gotta turn this in on 2. Don't forget to drop a W in the chat. A W in the chat. I want to keep this. I want this solder to be nice and soft. So you gotta get it on both sides. If you've never done this before, you gotta get it on both sides. And I can see what the problem is. That one pin is not soft. It's not a soft pin. I try to pick that up in my hands, people. That's not what we want here. Drop a W in the chat if you're new here. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going ahead and putting this in. The HDMI port was uneven. And I'm new to all this soldering and things like that. But I kind of got a hang of what needs to happen. I have some flux now. So I'm actually going to redo it. Now that I have flux. And it popped off like I didn't want it to. It actually worked in my favor. I'm going to get some flux down on the board for all of you who have done soldering before. I got some flux here in the tube. Tubey flux. And I have some needle-like syringes right there that can go on the bottom. So we're just going to go ahead and set all this up. And the flux helps the connections be a lot better and stronger. And keeps the board nice and clean before we go in, guys. And that's what we want to do. We want to solder cleanly as possible. I have the soldering iron. I'm about to go in here since the board is hot. I mean, this stuff cools very quickly. That's what it's designed for. And I want to go ahead and get the board going. I want to make sure it's straight. All right. And warm up. And I might just clean them holes out completely now that I have the flux and I can use my magnifying glass here, and I can see what's going on. And we have these two right here, and then I have this. I got it off Amazon, and it says soldering flux. That's exactly what you want to look for. And it was about $15, something like that, 14, $15, because it comes with desoldering wick. Even though I already had some desoldering wick. So you just put this on here, spin it in there. It's threaded. And I'm just going to put it down on the ports. It's going to be hard for you guys to actually see that, so I'm just going to have to talk it through. Some people say be heavy with it, but I'm not sure. I'm about to find out. Right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in a little bit of my low heat solder. Heat that back up. Let that spread around a little bit in that area. Get sucked in. And I'm going to try to clean that out now that I have flux. I've seen people who were able to actually do that. Once they had the flux on there, they were able to actually take some soldering wick. And all you have to do is take your soldering wick like this right here, cut a little bit of it, and get the business. But how y'all brackets doing? How y'all doing on March Madness? Because we're supposed to be talking about that right now. I'm watching the Louisville and Michigan State game right now. I think I have Michigan State advance after this round too. So that'd be pretty good. That comes out like I planned for it to come out. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go in here real quick. I want to heat this whole thing up. Like I said, this board, it wants stuff to be nice and hot. Because it is a gaming system. I got a window right here next to it. I'm about to open it up. Make sure you have good ventilation. You're not breathing in too many chemicals and things like that, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and open my window up. Now we're good. We got a breeze in here. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you guys chose to be right here with me on Case Technology. And if you're wondering what we're doing, you're new here, I'm repairing Xbox Series X console. It would help if I had this on. And I'm like, something ain't right. This ain't doing nothing. Okay, we got something. You want to keep your irons clean, guys. I gotta learn that. Learn the hard way. All right, I'm gonna have to go in with soldering with. Watch this. We're gonna get that going. That's the only port that didn't have any little bit of low heat solder on it. That's my strategy. I'm not no professional, but it seemed to work and help. We just want to go right here. We want to tear up any other components that are on the board. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I done set off the let me clean this off. The burning and smoke. I set off the fire alarm for the first time. There we go. There we go. All right. Nothing. That's good. Had a little smoke. All right, so we're good, guys. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Oops. I gotta keep this heated up. You already know that. That has to be heated up so we can take and drop the HDMI port in there. And I'm gonna take the tweezers and get it going. thing. You gotta have your hands nice and precise. Going on. Woo. Hot in here too now. Now I want to get the back side. My strategy: get the back side done first. We want to get this nice and even, as you can see right there. All right, I'm pressing down. I want this to be even. And then I'm going to take this heat off of it. I'm going to press down. It should cool nice and even. And then it's slot. That's beautiful, guys. That's beautiful at home. Hey, we got it. We got it sealed. Let me spin this a little bit so we don't have too much going on. But guys, can you believe it? It went on. It's nice and beautiful. I like what I'm seeing here. Now, I gotta use a little bit of flux on the back. And I got to get these pins straight. I don't want too much heat. I just want enough to get things going, and so that everything stays put. I'm only going to use half the heat, okay? And bring this back in so I can see what's going on. Here, I don't necessarily need my soldering iron at this moment, so I'm going to put it out the way. Have a nice, clean, working environment, for as clean as I can get it under these circumstances. Oh my God, I put the wrong one on there. That's why you gotta have a clean, working environment. Now I got this back on the board. I gotta get it all. This is ridiculous. Those things happen, people. All right, I gotta get this one on there. Alright, so you're gonna have to put it down right here. Make sure it's good and even on that side. When it freezes up or cools off. So it's hard and solid. Woo! Alright, so that worked. We got back. Alright. Now we got this set. We're gonna want some flux. Come in there. I'm gonna have to put some that solder on there. The entire board is hot. Got in the little vent. I'm gonna bring that in. I gotta break this pin a little loose. These smaller micro pins. And we're gonna get that and we're gonna get it going. Make a little more room so that I can actually see here. And I'm trying to use this magnifying glass to see. One bit pin, and we don't wanna short. Something I can get in there. I might have to use the helping hand to give me a better angle. And that's using your tools, guys. You gotta know how to use your tools. I'm new to this, but it's like anything else. The better you are with the tools, the more success you will have. Hopefully, the more success you will have. Drop a W in the chat if you're in here, if you're watching. Just got here, new watch. Let's get it. probably the best I can do. So I'm gonna go for it. Let's get it. I'll wrap up in a little bit. Hey guys, uh, out there, we're in here. We're getting it going. I'm putting the flux in. I'm gonna heat it up, and then I'm gonna lay it across the back of the pins. Heat the back pins up, the back pad with my iron. Flux burning off. And I've seen somebody else do this. I'm not really that good, that crafty. They cut the right length, laid it down. And I'm just gonna make sure mine is about the right length. More than what I need. I need only half of this. I need half of this amount of solder. We can take it off the helping hand. Put water on it. But I want to go ahead. A little more of this taken down on the flux, and on the solder. Ew. All right. I got it right where I want it. Now, I'm going to heat that bad boy up. Put the iron on it too. Just a little bit right here. There we go. Move. All right. So hopefully I got that good. I don't know. Not a professional, but I'm making a shake. All right, we're gonna let that cool. I'm gonna come back and inspect it. That's the best I can do at my level of expertise. You know, we got a few that look like it's a short. A few shorts here. So we're gonna have to. All right. So that's it, guys. For the live, I appreciate you that tuned in and supported us. I will come back. I'm gonna assemble everything, plug it in, see what we got. We're out of here.